Can you keep his life fun, peaceful, and happy? Hey Sparks, what's up? And hello to my new subscribers. It's Montina here, and my mission with this channel is to inspire and educate and share information that helps you thrive in life and thrive in business. And if that sounds good to you, subscribe. So today I want to talk about showing him that you're the one. And I'm going to reference a specific book. I'm not sharing it. I will share it behind the scenes in my Patreon society. So if you want all these books, that's where it's going. And I'm going to go deeper. So after this video, I'm going to actually create another video. So if you're my Patreon society, you get the behind the scenes information. All right. So how do you show him that you're the one? And I started the video out with, can you keep his life happy, peaceful, and fun? And this is for my women over 40 that are single or divorced with children that want to attract the love they desire and deserve. And it's different than just getting anyone. This is beautiful heaven on earth love. So how do you show him that? I talk to a lot of women, and what I'm going to be sharing are just my experiences. Take them, leave them, chew the meat, spit out the bones, doesn't matter. Okay, just do whatever you want with it. I was talking to a young wife recently that was just talking about how annoying her husband was, and just complaining a little bit. And she had some valid points and had shared something with him that she didn't trust him, because then he shared it with someone else in her family. But it was something very traumatic. And when she even shared it with me, she kind of whispered and shared it. And you know, women, we tend to overshare. We talk in the bathrooms and things like that. And I said, my first thing from her was like, oh, I can't believe he shared that. I said, well, it wasn't right that he shared that. But I said, that's something you share with the therapist. Do you have a therapist? She was like, no, but I know I need a therapist. We all need therapists. We all have had something happen to us, traumatic or not, meaning, you know, maybe you've been abused, or maybe something happened to you that you feel like you couldn't share with anyone. I'm not certain, especially for my women over 40 that want to attract these 50 plus divorced or widowed men that are ready to be married. I don't know if these are things you should be sharing with them. So think about your life experiences, and even if you've had traumatic experiences. I was watching Queens recently, and she just was kind of crying about being abandoned, which is, if you all know my story, my mother abandoned me. So it's things that I've dealt with in my past. And I felt like, you know, it was a great scene. Well, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to be a spoiler alert. But in my mind, I thought, okay, this is accurate that she has these feelings of abandonment, but these aren't things to process with your spouse. These were things to process with a therapist, having a good group of sister friends, network, siblings, parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles. Some of the things that I'm finding when I speak to women is that they're just oversharing. When you're over 40, you're attracting men over 50, we're getting to know each other. You want to show him that you're the one by being pleasant majority of the time, like 90% of the time. And I'm gonna reference something. Love is something a man feels, not necessarily something he decides upon. So when he's with you, how does he feel? Does he feel like he's having fun with you? You're peaceful, you're joyful, you're playful, you're positive. Are you adding value to his life? Because these men are already, they've had careers, they've already been stressed out, they're looking for peace. They've already been through plenty of women that have just been hell for them in some instances. They want peace. So love is something that is felt above all. It's a feeling that once detonated can rock a man's world and drive him to distraction. Drive him to the ring, honey. He wants to get you to the ring. Successful advertisers know how to paint vivid pictures of how you will feel after you purchase their product or service. That means you need to figure out what trips your man's triggers and lay it on for life. Now, this is not something that you do while you're dating and then you stop. Be committed for life. Now, this is not my first marriage, not my second. Okay, so I know some things about marriage, and now I picked the perfect partner, but not in a partnership, but husband for me. And I'm going to tell you, it is like heaven on earth for us every day. I even asked him, I said, how is it that it's just so good all the time, like our whole life? And he's like, actually said something, and he said it's our chemistry. And there's a book I've read that I reference in my Patreon society that talks about chemistry, compatibility, and character. And I was like, wow, like that's mentioned, and we possess those things. But it means that you need to paint a vivid picture, and you need to be careful to make sure he only feels good when he's with you, never bad. He needs to feel good. Well, Montina had a hard day at work. Well, you need to nix the whining and complaining and the criticizing, moping, gossiping, freaking out. Reading it from my Kindle from my book. No. I have tough days at work. Okay, yeah, once in a blue moon. If I bring something, I call it to my Superman's attention, it's because it's a challenge. But I don't bring too much. Don't whine about things, because as a masculine man, he wants to solve the problem. So if I bring him something, it's like, okay, how do we fix this? And I was having some problems even in my company early on when we started dating. And very quickly, he was like, okay, I'm going to help you solve this. And I was like, uh-oh. Focus on making sure that he feels so good with you. Peaceful, joyful, playful, fun. Because that's what he wants in his life at this stage in his life. And I'm sure that's what you want too. Be playful, laugh at his jokes, talk about interesting topics, find things you have in common, be positive, and smile a lot and be pleasant. So I'm just going to leave you guys with those. And what I'm going to start asking you all at the end is who can help spark the conversation? So who's going to ignite the spark? I actually have it here on my other computer. Who's going to ignite the spark so we can continue the conversation? So I want to continue the conversation. Many of y'all have been with me. Some of you all as my subscribers are like, I don't like this content. This is where I'm at in my life right now. Business is actually going very well for me. I've done very, very well in business still. So if you have business questions, I'm always open to answering them. You know how to book a call on Clarity. It's in the description below. But for those of you that are ready to just lean more into your femininity and want to attract the love you desire and deserve, now's the time, because that's what I'm talking about. And you guys know once I leave from this topic, I'll be talking about something else. So grab onto it now while you have that opportunity. So leave me a comment below. Like I said, who's going to ignite the spark and continue the conversation? I'll see you in the next video.